I see you're back for more, huh? Can't get rid of you. All right, let's go. Hey, so in this video, I'm gonna be making a short rib soup dumpling. For our filling, we're gonna have to use some short ribs. This is the cut I have here. It's these thick cut, bone in. We need the bone because we need that jus. So go ahead and find these. If they don't have them at your store, ask the butcher. That's what I had to do, and they went ahead and cut some for me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna coat them in a light dusting of flour right before I sear them off. Just a little bit of canola in the pan. Now we're just gonna go ahead and sear off these shorties. We wanna get a good amount of color on these because the more color we get, the better looking that jus is gonna be. All right, as you can see, we've taken the short ribs out after they've gotten a beautiful dark color. You wanna get them really dark. Set them aside. Now we're just gonna go ahead and sear our veg. Go ahead and slice up an onion. Doesn't matter how you do it, just slice it up. So you can see the pot is still smoking. We still have all that beef fat in there. Toss it in. Now what we're gonna do here is we're gonna get a really dark, rich color on these onions. The darker the better because we need a really nice jus for these soup dumplings. Okay, our onions are nice and dark. Go ahead and add in the garlic. Let's toss in a bay leaf and some Spiceology anise. Then we're just gonna go ahead and deglaze with some Saké. If you don't have Saké, you can do white wine, but this is the best right here. Now we're just gonna reduce this down a sec. If you know what that means, that just means reduce down to nothing. Once we got everything seared off and we've deglazed the veg with the Saké, it's reduced down to nothing. We're gonna go ahead and toss the short ribs back into the pot, and then we're gonna top it off with stock all the way up to the pot. Now I have a video on how to make stock. If you don't have any, you don't know how to do this, go ahead and watch it. Now fill it up with stock, chicken stock, beef stock, veg stock, whichever one you got. I just have chicken stock going in here. And we're just gonna let this go on low heat, simmer for about 5 to 8 hours. Covered. Okay, short ribs are ready. They're tender, they're juicy, they're ready to be filled into the dumplings. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and strain the braising liquid into a separate pot, and then I'm gonna go ahead and mix in some activated gelatin, and we're gonna set that in the fridge for about an hour to 2 hours. Now while that's cooling off, we can go ahead and cut up our meat so we can put it in the filling. All right, so as you can see, fresh out of the fridge, we've got a gelatin, just like that. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this stuff up into little cubes. I'm gonna mix it together with the short rib, approximately a quart of meat to 2 cups of the gelatin mix, and then I'll just add in some scallions as well. There we have our jialingbao filling. Now it's not such a traditional filling, that's for damn sure, but it is gonna be delicious. Okay, I've got my dough ready. It's finished resting for about 30 minutes, so it's went ahead and relaxed a little bit. But as you can see, this is a mean looking dough with that charcoal. You don't have to include this. It just looks really cool. So this will be available on our Spiceology website. You can check it out. So anyways, I went ahead and just got the flour, pinch of salt, and then boiling water. You want to get the water while it's fresh off the stove. Pour it in, mix it up really good, and then just let it rest for about 30 minutes to relax. Now I'm gonna go ahead and roll these out. You wanna go ahead and get yourself some cornstarch. You can use potato starch as well, but I like to use corn, it's easiest. So you wanna use cornstarch to dust it so it doesn't stick while you're rolling it out. You can use a rolling pin, that's totally fine, but I'm gonna use this pasta roller just cause I'm a fancy f***. So. Okay, I've got it rolled out to about 6 if you're using a pasta roller, 6. If you're rolling it out by hand, I would say it's about 1 millimeter, 2 millimeters thick. You want it to be a little thicker because these are soup dumplings. They gotta hold in that broth. So this is what I'm working with here. I'm gonna just roll it out into a sheet like this. Then I'm gonna punch it out into little circles with, I've got a ring mold. You can use a cookie cutter, or if you want, you can just roll it up into balls and roll out little balls. Either way, this is how I'm gonna do it. It's a lot easier, a lot faster. Okay, to form these little guys, what you're gonna do is you're gonna set up your station. It's gonna consist of a little thing of water, and then a little bowl of cornstarch, and then of course your bowl of filling. You wanna dust your board with cornstarch so nothing sticks. Then you wanna go ahead and take your round, go ahead and put a little dollop of filling in the middle. Then you wanna just take your finger, dip it in the water, and then just run it along the edge of the entire dumpling just to wetten it up. Now, here's the tough part. You wanna take your index fingers and your thumbs and pinch it, and then just slowly pleat it together. This is gonna take a lot of practice, but don't worry, you'll get better over time. It doesn't need to look perfect. As long as you get the thing closed, you're good. So pleat it all together, and then go ahead at the very end, give it a little twist and pinch just to make sure the thing is closed, and there you have a dumpling. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and steam these off. I have a bamboo steamer lined with some parchment. If you don't have one of these, you can go ahead and, hold on. You can go ahead and use like one of these kind of steamers with some parchment. You can find these for like usually $5 at the grocery store. It's a vegetable steamer. Go ahead and use one of those. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and drop them in. I'm gonna go ahead and set these on a pot of some simmering water, set them on top, and then go ahead and set my timer for about 6 minutes or so until the skins are cooked off. Since the filling is cooked off all the way, we're good. The gelatin is also gonna go ahead and melt, hence called soup dumpling. It's gonna be filled with soup, so that's a pretty cool part about these. All right, once time's passed, go ahead and remove it, and these are good to go. Now, as you can tell behind me, it's dark, it's late, it's been a full day. If you want, you can go ahead and prep this stuff ahead of time, and then the next day just fire it off, just so you're not up all day cooking. So I would recommend this as a 2-day process for making it, but if not, sure, whatever. But anyways, this is the soup dumplings. Look how nice they are. Each one stuffed with a delicious short rib broth. Maybe go ahead and top it off with some chili oil. I'll leave a recipe down below on how to make this chili oil. All it is Korean chili flakes steeped in some hot canola and some star anise. Thank you so much for watching the video. Go ahead and like the video, really helps me out. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.